Hi, my name's Jesse and welcome to another Learn Push video showing you how to create and play your musical ideas using Push. I'm going to play Push to sketch out the different parts of a song idea I have. This video focuses particularly on the push functions that enable really fast ways to create drum patterns, music loops and song parts on the fly. You may already be familiar with the push workflow from previous tutorials. However, if you're just getting started, make sure you check out the earlier videos in the Learn Push series. I've created a simple kick drum loop using drum racks, and I have a live instrument rack that plays a simple chord that sounds like a good intro for my song. Let's see how we can get started expanding this idea using Push. The kick drum loop is good, but is too simple for the whole song. Let's add some more kick drum notes using the step sequencer. I press the duplicate button to duplicate the loop and its contents. Duplicate creates a copy of the material I'm working on. This allows me to create new variations without affecting the original loop idea. Just to add some more variation to the build-up of my song, I press duplicate again. I press select and the kick drum pad to select the pad without triggering it, then remove the step sequencer notes. Then I add some hi-hats using the drum pads and repeat button. The double button allows me to double the length of the recorded loop, as you can see from the loop length pad section. I can then select one loop length pad to edit that particular part of my loop, and then press the two pads simultaneously to get the overall loop length again. Now let's focus on creating a melody from the intro. Let me start to expand on the intro by playing some more chord sounds. I can use the arrow keys pressing left or right to navigate between my MIDI tracks. Instead of pressing duplicate, I press the new button to start a new idea I have. Pressing the new button stops the selected loop and prepares Live to record new material. Now I can try something out before making a recording. This is the melody I want to use, but it's too long. I can press the clip button to adjust the loop length, or even where my loop starts and ends, using the encoders above the display. A much more convenient method of recording my loops can be done using the fixed length button. I press the delete button to delete the current loop idea. This time I press and hold the fixed length button to set the recording length of my loop. Enabling fixed length allows me to set up the loop length before recording. Now I can simply turn on my metronome, press the record button, and start playing using the pads. The recorded idea immediately starts looping at the end of 4 bars, and I do not have to edit the loop length afterwards to make sure it's the exact length I wish to have. This is great because I can focus on playing without thinking about when to toggle the record button. Using the arrow keys again, I navigate back to my drum rack track. Let's add some percussion to our drum loops to add some more elements to the song. I'm happy with the results so far, but I need a breakdown in the song. I'm going to create a different melody for this. First, I navigate using the arrow keys to my MIDI track, and then I will press the new button again to capture a new idea. Now I want to add some more synth sounds. A bass line and maybe an arpeggiated synth would be good. I press the Add Track button and search for the sounds I'm looking for. The bass sounds cool. Let me see if this fits with the original melody I created. I press the new button and then the duplicate button and play the original idea I had for the chords. I'm also using fixed length again to create a 4-bar loop and then start recording. The arrow keys can be used to go back and forth between my ideas by using the arrow up and arrow down buttons. This triggers the previous loops immediately from the current playhead position. The loops will then continue playing in sync and will not start from the beginning. As an alternative to creating variations to drum patterns and melody loops, I can press the automation button and then record to record the automation as I tweak the sounds using the touch-sensitive encoders above the display. These are mapped to either the macros of live instrument racks or the parameters of live devices. So I think I've gathered enough musical material for my song, and I've also added additional tracks as well as loop ideas. I can now access this by pressing the Session Mode button to enter Session Mode, where all my musical ideas are now represented as clips. Here, each loop idea now represents a clip in their corresponding track. I press Shift and Stop to stop all clips, and then press the Volume button for easy access to the volumes of each track and track selection. Clips can be launched independently and in sync by simply pressing a pad. They light up green when they're playing. I can also launch scenes, which represents a whole row of clips all at once, using the grid buttons on the right. I can navigate my clips with the arrow buttons or the octave buttons and trigger different combinations of clips. If I find a good combination and I want to use this somewhere in my song, I can press the duplicate button to create a new scene with that combination. I will continue to collect scenes using this method so that I can use them later in live. So I hope you now have a good idea of the Push workflow and how you can effectively build up your songs from scratch using Push.